Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. The first game of the NFC Wild Card has just wrapped up. It ended in heartbreak for the Minnesota fans. The game was Seattle visiting Minnesota. This is how it ended, Truth Seeker. And if you're new here, what I am showing is how the world of professional sports, including the NFL, is rigged, and it is rigged by numerology. It is also rigged by Gematria, which is the practice of coding numbers into words. So anyhow, Minnesota just had a chip shot of a field goal to win the game and advance to the next round. Instead, it was shanked wide left, and it was shanked wide left on purpose, not because Blair Walsh choked, but because he was told to miss. These games are predetermined, they are scripted. The winner of this Super Bowl is already chosen. It was chosen before the season even began. And if you doubt that, go back and watch my World Series videos where in spring training I was saying the Mets would be in the 111th World Series. Go back and watch my NBA Finals videos that I made at the end of the regular season saying that the NBA Finals would be Cavs and Warriors, which it was. The reason I'm able to predict it is because I figured out how these games are scripted. I don't have the script fully figured out, but knowing what I know, it's easy to see the scripting very often, and especially in hindsight, which is always 2020. And for anyone who wants to discredit that, that's not very intelligent. I'm showing you how the games are put together. I'm giving you knowledge you wouldn't otherwise have. You sports fans who love your sports, you need to realize that your love for your sport isn't doing anything for you. For most of you, it's making your gut fatter. You're wasting your time sitting on your ass watching rigged sports. But anyway, that said, let's get to it. 27-yard chip shot missed. Heartbreak for Minnesota, meaning that all three of the games completed have been heartbreak for the home fans. First, the Chiefs swept, shut out at home. Then the Bengals losing at home to the Steelers in the most idiotic of fashion. And now this, the gimme field goal shanked super wide left. So notice, the name Walsh, as in Blair Walsh, the kicker who missed the 27-yard field goal, has name gematria of 27. Today's date, the date of the game, numerology of 27. And again, he missed a 27-yard. Also interesting about today's game, and probably the reason that the Seahawks were facing the Vikings, is because it was also a date with 47 numerology, which is a special number for both teams. As it happens, the Vikings were playing their 47th playoff game in the history of their team today. Today was game number 47 on the date with 47 numerology. Minnesota happens to be one of a few states that has gematria of 47 with the Pythagorean gematria. For my most dedicated listeners, I often say that the only two states with 47 gematria are Ohio and Nevada. That's true with simple English gematria. With Pythagorean gematria, a few more enter the list. One of those is Minnesota. Also, Seattle is from the 47th parallel. The Space Needle, its most famous monument, has a rotating restaurant that does a full rotation every 47 minutes. 47 is a very special number to the Freemasons and the Zionists, who are the controllers of the NFL. The first Super Bowl was in the 47th season. In other sports, 47 has been very crucial too. The NBA had its first championship in 47. MLB and NHL created their logos in 47, plus a whole lot more. Special number, a number I talk about a lot on this channel. And just remember, this channel is not about sports. It's about waking people up to how this world is controlled, ruled, and scripted. And we, the people, are treated as idiots. And sadly, so many of us love being treated this way. Love the faked rigged sports, which should be obvious to everyone with a brain. But then again, you're listening to the voice of someone who on September 11th said it should be obvious that we were lied to. And I'm talking to a nation of people who still haven't figured out the truth about September 11th. Some of the most obvious lies ever told. When the kick was missed, the announcer called wide left. Wide left happens to have gematria of 39. And don't kid yourself, it was likely scripted this way. This is another very important number to the Zionists and the Freemasons, also to the winning quarterback, Russell Wilson. Take you back to Russell Wilson's 27th birthday, which just happened. On his 27th birthday, He faced the Steelers, who the Seahawks lost to in Super Bowl 40, the most rigged Super Bowl ever in the eyes of many. Anyhow, the Steelers won on his birthday with 39 points, and he has a life number of 39. Russell Wilson also happens to be born on November 29th, which is the anniversary date of the establishment of the Zionist state of Israel. It is the Masons, the Zionists, who control this nation, who control the NFL. Show you something about Russell Wilson's birthday, Truth Seeker, and his name. Remember, I'm trying to tell you guys, these athletes are Manchurian, meaning they were born to be, they were raised to be. Russell Wilson was born to be in the NFL. That's how they get this gang of liars and deceivers to keep their mouth shut, because they're all born into it. Israel was established November 29th, 1947, with a 33-member vote by the United Nations. By the way, the United Nations is 39 floors tall. The United Nations symbol is the flat earth, broken up into 33 pieces. It was a 33-member vote that established the nation of Israel on a date with 106 numerology. The word prophecy equals 106. In Zionist history, they say that the establishment of Israel on this date was prophecy fulfilled. We're living out a man-made prophecy, which even includes rigged sports games. His birth name is Russell, having Gematria of 106. No coincidence. His middle name is Carrington, having Gematria of 119, just like Star of David, the symbol of the Zionists. Just like the phrase all-seeing eye. Star of David and all-seeing eye, those symbols have been on our money longer than the nation of Israel has existed, because this nation's always been a Masonic Zionist front. Some people think Zionism's only 100 years old. That's bullshit in your history books. Zionism's been around for a long time. Russell Wilson's full name, Pythagorean Gematria, also has 137 numerology, the 33rd prime number. The Seahawks are one of 3 teams with a 33 name Gematria. Only team to win a Super Bowl on the 33rd day of the year. Anyhow, this 106 I did videos on yesterday, and I showed how it was key in the Chiefs game and the Steelers games, the 2 teams to win on the road. The Chiefs game opened with a 106-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Niall Davis. The name Niall Davis equals 106. His birth numerology is 106. 106 has been a huge number in sports all year. All of the pro leagues, 106 has been very significant. I've done several videos on 106 and sports. Just search my channel, you will see. You have to watch my work to understand the significance. All the people who come here and dismiss right away, they're just brain dead fucking retarded. These are stupid fucking people who can't see what's obvious. They think this is impossible. It's not. This is an ancient practice important to the elites who rule over shit. We don't know about it in the mainstream because we don't know about anything important. If we knew about this, we'd see how we're ruled over. I'm trying to make this more popular so people can see what's really up. As for the Steelers, they came into the game with a 10-6 record, and Ben Roethlisberger has birth numerology of 106 as well. The name Big Ben equals 39, so does shoulder. He had the fake shoulder injury, then came back in with a minute 23 to lead the winning drive that was carried on by 2 bogus penalties. So embarrassing that people can't see through this shit. Today, the Vikings made their first score with a minute 06 left on the clock, likely no coincidence. All tributes. These games are more heavily scripted than you know. Bunch of Masonic men out there, the coaches, the refs, some of the players. All of you who are arguing the players aren't in on it, you guys are blind. Maybe not every player's in on it. Last year in the Seahawks, the only reason they got to the Super Bowl was because Ha-Ha Clinton decided not to bat down the 2-point conversion that was right in front of his fucking face. He even tucked his arms back in. Go watch the highlight. He was about to bat down the ball, then all of a sudden he tucked him at his side, let the Seahawk receiver catch it, so the Seahawks could go on to win the game. It's just an embarrassing joke. And by the way, the Seahawks and the Packers might as well be farm teams of one another. The only reason the Packers or the Seahawks got Marshawn Lynch was because the Packers didn't use their number 1 waiver priority on him at the time when they had no running back on their team. Now ask yourself, why would you let one of the best running backs in the league slip right through your grip when you have him? to go to a rival team in your own conference. That would never happen if this was a competitive league and people were really trying to win instead of fulfill the script. Can't believe how dumb people are. I'm so fed up with it, man. All these people coming here saying my work's bogus. All of you are fucking retarded. God. Embarrassing. Notice the Packers play next in Washington. They're playing on a date with 47 numerology. At the beginning of 2015, Mike McCarthy lost his brother at age 47, likely a ritual sacrifice. If the Packers win today, all of the home teams will have lost in the wild card round. Here's what I want to close with, Truth Seeker. Kickers. Kickers in the NFL. I want to show this little clip. It's a little bit quiet. Please listen carefully. I want you to hear what this guy says about the best field goal kicker in the time of the first Super Bowl season.
And here's a little excitement on the end of a pass.
Coming right up.
Favors the more conventional theft and has quite a record. Luke Rosa has kicked 223 field goals in his NFL career.
Did you just hear what he said, Truth Seeker? Has kicked 223 field goals in his NFL career. Remember, this is the number for Masonic. This is a very special number to the people who run the league, the Freemasons. Go back and watch my video on the death of Flip Saunders and why the season opener, Lakers and Timberwolves, finished with a combined 223 points. Freemasons run all of these pro sports leagues. It is undeniable. Show you something else here, Truth Seeker. I want to show you the date of Super Bowl I, and I want you to think about the name football. Football. The first Super Bowl was played January 15th, 1967. This is a date with 83 numerology. 1 plus 15 is 16, plus 67 is 83. 83. Now look at the Gematria of football. 83. And ask yourself why the sport is called football. It might very well be because of what an impact the kickers have on games so often. Kickers often determine what happens in games, as was the case today. The best QB class ever in the NFL is the class of 83. Check out my video on Elway. And also remember the first Super Bowl at the end of the 66 season when NFL and Jewish Gematria equals 66. And simple English Gematria 32. 32 teams. America equals 32. America's game. I hope I'm getting through to some of you guys. All you truth deniers really make me sick. We're going to have rig sports till the end if you idiots don't wake up. Shit's embarrassing. I would have made that field goal. I can't even kick a football. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.